Right, welcome. Maybe full spoilers, I guess. It's not really spoilers. This kind of just confirms what we thought anyway. But I will say, look, first and foremost, guys, god damn is it nice to talk about this. Seriously. It's so nice to talk about something other than all the sort of negativity in the world at the moment. You know, even the stuff which I cover, which is comedically, slanted. It's just nice to talk about something like this. I love talking about the Monsterverse. So let's get into this. Before I do, two things. I do actually have some Godzilla vs. Kong merch underneath the video via my Teespring store. Designed by my graphic designer. Check it out. But also, I'm making a movie. So I did a big update on that today. Basically, no one was notified because that's how YouTube is now. I'll leave a link above. But also, if you didn't know, I'm making a movie. And for anyone that donates $5 or more, I'm actually doing a giveaway of a prop, a movie prop. So check it out. It's a high concept fantasy horror film. There's a GoFundMe link down below. But let's get into this, right? So this is Kong's 2020 new design revealed. Now, like I said at the start, I said full spoilers, but probably not, because it's not really spoilers, okay? But there is an interesting discussion to be had here, because his stature's kind of revealed, and it's not what you think it's going to be. So, let's check it out, right? Kong's new design for Godzilla vs. Kong has been revealed. Now, finally, we've got a good image of Kong with his updated characteristics to look over and analyse, which is what we're going to be doing today. The most notable new feature is the inclusion of his adult beard, which, yeah, we've seen that for some time. We knew this was going to happen. Now, many fans were quick to point out the presence of this new design element when the first teaser image of Godzilla vs. Kong was released last year. Yeah, that was one of the big things that people saw. They were like, right, he's got a beard. Cool. And you can actually see it. Let's just shuffle this over. You can see it here. People are like, oh, look, he's got a beard. What's going on, beardy boy? And I think it looks cool. But remember, we need to look at this image, because we're gonna look at his stature in a minute. So again, let's scroll down, right? The new images of the Titan were revealed during the Legendary Comics Monsterverse Publishing 2020 digital panel. Jesus, that is a long title. How'd you market that? That took place during WonderCon at Home 2020. In the new images, you can also see that Dr. Brooks has made a return to the Monsterverse after being briefly shown during Godzilla King of the Monsters. Now we'll look at the pictures in a minute. We'll scroll down. Now, additionally, the Skull Island tiger has also made an appearance, although it has unfortunately already been slain by Kong by the time we see it. So this is important, right? We're going to scroll down now, and then we'll scroll back up and finish the article. So he's looking very scraggly. He's still very big, but you can see him by comparison to the chopper. He's not as big as you'd expect, is he? Now let's see what they say. So it's also worth noting that the upcoming comic that these images are from may not take place directly before Kong's title bout. So Kong may still even have a little bit more growing left in him before we finally see him on the big screen again, facing off against Godzilla later this year. But he's tiny. I mean, look, he's well, okay, perspective. He's clearly still massive. But he's tiny by comparison. Like, look at the helicopter, and look at the tiger. Look at the mountains. Look at him walking to the mountains. Look at the birds next to him. I'd imagine these are those, like razor wings, I think they were called. I can't remember what they were called, actually. Green wings or something like that. I remember the kaiju. They were really quite cool. But he's not that big. He's not as big as this, is he? Like, that's the size of his head. Both heads the same size. This ain't that, guys. And, we're talking about it not being potentially set in the same timeline, a little bit earlier than Godzilla vs. Kong. But how early is it going to be? For him to look like this, he's still got the full-blown beard there. So, I don't know. He's very scraggly looking, the hair and stuff like that. He's got a, longer beard than I've got at the moment. We're all growing our coronavirus beards, I'm sure. But it looks good. Like, I really like what Titan. Well, these are not Titan, are they? No. These are. I thought these were Titan books. I really like what Legendary is doing with their expanded media. I think this is fantastic. Like, I really dig this. And I really like their art style. This is very much in keeping with the other graphic novels that were released. And it's great that they keep that artistic style. Like, it's really, really good. It's consistency right across the board. So, I mean, realistically, we can't glean too much from this. But I think this is fantastic. I just think he's tiny to comparison to what he should be like. But maybe this lends some credence to the theory that there will be some form of power-up. Like, he will, absorb something which makes him grow, or he's tested on in some way or another. Because there is that potential, right? There is the potential that happens in the film. But again, we've got to, and those that think I'm, that he's not very big, or that he is big and things like that, I'm talking crap. Just look at the size of the tiger. Like, seriously, come on now. And again, Chopper, he is about the same size as he was in Godzilla, in Skull Island. Sorry. Now, there hasn't been too much other bits and pieces of news. I've been kind of sitting around on this. There's not too much news. There was lots of new Godzilla figures, more revealed, epic new King Ghidorah figure. And again, like, it all looks really, really cool. Now, this stuff was really good, but then they've removed all the images. So, and these are all like pop vinyls. And sometimes they reveal stuff, sometimes they don't. There wasn't too much on there that was like too huge. There were some cool ones. There was actually some really, really decent ones. But again, they've removed a lot. I mean, the listing itself, keychain, Godzilla vs. Kong, Godzilla vs. Kong, Godzilla vs. Kong, Godzilla 10, Godzilla vs. Kong Heat Ray Godzilla. So that's probably a remnant left over from Godzilla King of the Monsters, potentially. Godzilla vs. Kong Pop 2 MT, not overly sure what that is. We've got the Battle Ready Kong, so we knew that there was going to be some like an axe wielding Kong, so that's kind of cool as well. We had Godzilla vs. Kong Pop 1, Godzilla vs. Kong Battle Scarred Kong. So again, this goes in with the other toy images that were revealed, I think, personally. Godzilla vs. Kong Pop 3, Godzilla vs. Kong 10. So again, slow news on this, but when we are getting stuff, it tends to kind of compound on the information that we had already received before. It doesn't seem to negate anything that we'd learned. In fact, it just seems to confirm what we had already learned. And I think this goes some way as to confirming the previous leaks that came out, like the trailer leaks and things like that. So yeah, not too much else really to kind of go on into with this. I mean, breaking, new Godzilla vs. Kong banner. I don't think there was anything with this. I didn't really do a video on it. No, I mean, that's not. What's that? That's nothing. That's literally nothing at all. Though there looks to be some buildings there, which is somewhat different. But yeah, I mean, it's basically the same. Color palette's different. That they note, wider presentation. There does look to be some buildings there in the background and stuff. And again, this could be that battle that they were saying, the final battle. I believe it was in Tokyo skyline or Hong Kong skyline. I can't remember. But this could be that. Right? With the buildings in the background, could be representative of that. The explosions, the sun setting sky, all of that. I'd agree with that. But again, like I say, not too much else to talk about. This design, he looks about the same. It looks about the same, but with a beard. And the height thing is, I'd say there's going to be a power-up of some sort. But I'd love to hear your thoughts. What do you think? Let me know down below in the comment section. If you're new here, do hit subscribe. Make sure you turn your bell notifications on to all. If you turn it on to, was it like sometimes or something like that, they just won't notify you. You're basically asking YouTube to curate content for you, and it's garbage. So do that. Please check out my film down below. But anyway, as always, guys, thanks so much for watching. I've been Mr. H. Take care. Have a great evening.